Hello, welcome back to BlenderSushi Live Noding. In this episode, I want to give you a little, like a kind of a problem. It's basically there's a task. For example, you have this 3D model or any kind of 3D model. It's not like cylinder or anything like that with pattern, and your task is to kind of draw like a lot of stripes along these objects vertically, and you want the stripes to have different color. How would you go about doing that? So uh, there are many ways to do this. You could actually slice the objects itself, like lots of them, lots of slicings, and then kind of giving color for each one of these. Once you slice it and separate it into different parts, you can easily colorize it, right? But there is another way. That's actually a better way. Is instead of slicing the mesh itself can be in any topology, right? You don't want to do don't want to add a lot of more unnecessary slicings. So in order to do that, we need something like Blender Cycles material, because Blender Cycles materials can have its own texture coordinate, and you can easily actually, based on XYZ coordinates, for example, you can easily make like a kind of like a color ramp, and that's exactly what I did here. But on top of this, I actually have animation nodes as well. Why do I do this? You will see soon. Basically, this is what I have at the moment. So what is this? This is actually 32 colors of ColorRamp, and this is what's responsible for it. It's the Blender Cycles materials using the generated texture coordinate. So it's kind of, I think it's stretching from the bottom to the top, and then we map it, and I actually rotate it 90 degrees. If I didn't rotate it, we get like a vertical, so I kind of rotate it, so it's almost like the texture of maybe like a layered pie. And then we have this gradient texture linear with a modulo here. The modulo is kind of doing something as well, but let's see. I think it should be one blender unit or two. In this case, one blender unit. And the modulo goes into ColorRamp. I think we probably don't need the modulo. Let me try, and we don't need modulo. Modulo is for something else, for the second method where you are actually using noise. With this one, I'm actually using ColorRamp. The ColorRamp actually have a limit of 32 colors, and these 32 colors are currently being controlled by animation nodes. So this is animation nodes, and with animation nodes, the script is basically very simple. It says like, for get the color list of all these 32 colors. Where's the script? I think this is basically the script. Oh, actually, what I did here is generate 32 colors. This one, iteration 32, generate 32 colors, and then pass it into this the color 32 color list of this color ramp. That's why I can get this snail in a different stripes color. I can actually randomize the color pretty easily. This is random. We can also use this HSV hue, and let's see, increase the saturations, and we get like a, okay, this is like a fully bright colors. We can also get a paler one, like a pastel-like color like this, and we can randomize the seed. So this is like a random rainbow color passed into the snail. We can also have like something that's more in order, like if we use math and divide index divided by iterations, we're gonna get kind of like a rainbow color. See, from red goes all the way. So that's that will work as well. That's like 32 colors. And it's up to you if you want to rearrange this using animation nodes or using just manual way to do it. For now I just leave it like that, like 32. If you have like 32 colors and they're all pretty much if they're pretty much like random like this, you probably don't care too much about the positions. Maybe you can make a slight adjustment here and there, but after 32 your eyes look at it and it just look at it as a random stripes, you know. Our stripe is currently just 32 32 in total, but I believe there is another way actually to do this using cycles and noise. I don't know yet. We can actually even use this modulo thing to kind of modulate the color. So instead of having 32 color from top to bottom, we can have more. And with noise, we can do that pretty easily, I think. And we can also kind of repeat this colorize maybe using the texture coordinate and mapping. I believe if I put the modulo in the wrong place, maybe in here, modulo and gradient linear. So this is something that's I think I need to try. So instead of generated, you want it maybe object. Do we need to rotate this? So this one repeats itself, but it's not the units. We need to control the units as well. I think this is probably something that I still need to try myself. But this is the idea, is using modulo and repeat it. Actually, this one is kind of doing that already. Generated. Yeah, I think it should be object. It's not the UV because I don't have any UV on this character. The UV maybe min and max. Currently it's kind of slanted somehow. Maybe I need to minus by 0.5 or something. I need to reread the theory of this texture coordinate. But yeah, the procedural way is really the kind of like the quick way to do this kind of thing. And the color currently, for the color ramp itself, I'm controlling it using animation nodes. Oh, I forgot to explain what's going on once again. So this script nodes for animation nodes is very simple. Basically, get the current material of this guy with a color ramp, with a color ramp node, and then get the material node 3. And for material node 3 called color ramp, and for each element of this guy, like 32 of them, this is the maximum value. You cannot have more than 32 for the color ramp. For this guy, assign it with a color that we generated using animation nodes. So it's really quite simple. And this is the script nodes, and the script nodes is the pink color. We just need to pipe in the input. And the input currently we have 32, but I can have, actually you can have less. I'm gonna reduce this number, and just to be very clear. So how many do we have now? Oh, we only have 1. I'll increase it. Now we have 2. Now we have 3. Let's reduce the iterations to 3 now. So now we have, yeah, 3 colors and 3 random colors being generated by animation nodes on the fly. So we can keep adding it, keep adding the color. How many do we have now? We can actually find out the length of this by using this. The length of NT blah blah blah. So if we use a BPY, get the material name, and get the node 3, material node 3, and get the length of anti-nodes named ColorRamp, ColorRamp elements. We have 5, so we only need 5 now, and we can give a random value once again. This kind is kind of repeating itself per stripes, although this is there's a I think the texture coordinates just need to be adjusted in order to make it like a vertical and not linear, quadratic, easing, diagonal. I think I know, but can't answer it right now. I think it's using the X and the Y. We want it to be vertical. Well, anyway, we managed to make a ramp that goes vertically, but even though it's still limited, still kind of working. So that's our result for the moment. Like I said, we don't actually need to use color ramp. If you want like a hundreds or like a lot of slicing of stripes, you can basically use noise for that and kind of make the noise to travel into the texture coordinate, and you get the similar result. But you have more control over the color, and if you have 32, you limit yourself to a number like 32, and you can kind of quantize the data. You can have more control over the stripes and the color exactly the way you want it. Anyway, that's like a quick look using a little bit of kind of like a programming kind of format using animation nodes, and we just simply passing the data into the right attributes, and yeah, it's still pretty basic. We use a little bit of looping here with animation nodes, but not a big deal. Using a little bit of loop, and we have these random colors being passed into this 32 color ramp. Anyway, that's it for now for this live coding. Hopefully this is useful for you. If you have any question, feedbacks, let me know in the comments section below, and I'll